Ego. The ego is fear based. Fear is false evidence appearing real, in my book. The ego is the false sense of self. The inner being is the real self. When I'm trying to make a decision and I'm doing it from my egoic state, I can tell because I'm confused, unclear, um, doubtful, insecure. But then if I do it from love, I feel clarity, I feel joy, I feel peace, I feel calmness. Um, so I like to make a decision usually based on love rather than from my ego. Having a strong feeling about something and ignoring it, and packing and stacking it is actually the ego. The ego feels like it needs to protect you. Years ago, I wrote a song, and the lyrics are I'm building a wall just to protect me in case I fall in love like so many times before. And I know I wrote that song when I was in a low vibrational state and I was writing for my ego. I've packed and stacked a lot in my life, and that's why my love life kind of became a mess. Um, there was programming that happened from the women in my life. I got programmed. And if a man didn't worship the ground I walked on, then he wasn't worthy of my love. And he wouldn't get a second chance. I would just move on. I learned to just move on and never look back, which caused me actually a lot of suffering in my life. The ego can cause a lot of strife and arguments. So people a lot of times rather be right than be happy. So they'll keep arguing their point, it even if it's making them not feel so good, and spiral down. Um, Now I can tell the difference more between my ego and my inner being depending on how I feel. So if I'm feeling lower vibrational emotions such as confusion, doubt, anxiety, depression, then I know that that's my ego. And if I'm feeling feelings of clarity and peace and joy and abundance, I know that that's my inner being. So, yeah. And a lot of the ego driven dialogue is actually on automatic pilot. So we don't even realize that the ego is there until we become an observer of it. The ego can actually trick you into thinking that it's your inner being, when the real you is hiding under all those layers of programming. The more inner work I do, the better I get at spotting my ego. So, which one would you rather be? Would you be rather be happy or would you rather be right? Would you rather be in your ego or in your heart center? What would you rather feed into, love or fear? It's up to you. Ego.